Alright guys, so today Terra Luna Classic is at a critical level, and in today's video guys we're gonna go through some technical analysis on Terra Luna Classic and look at the charts and what they are telling us and what prices could we expect in the short term here in the future for Terra Luna Classic. So as usual guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and let's get into the video. So as you see here guys, now recently Terra Luna Classic hasn't been doing much now since we've seen it hit that price target here, that 25.86, with that whole FOMO and euphoria we've seen with Terra Luna Classic, and Terra Luna Classic showing some strength, showing it's alive and showing that it's possible to see this bad boy here rallying in the future. So with that said, we now have some sort of a confirmation that Terra Luna Classic has some potential of massive pumps. So why has it been going just sideways or down recently? Well, basically guys, a lot of people made a lot of profits, and this was a good place for some taking profits after a long move that we've seen recently, after from the lows to the highs around 400%, which is a 4x. It is just normal to see a retracement. Now to me here, in my opinion guys, that just looks like this is a normal retracement or a correction, and from there we could see continuation from that initial impulse or that initial move up that we've seen, that 4x move. Now if we zoom in here, we see that we have this downtrend here right now that is holding somewhat the price, but as well here we've seen Terra Luna Classic recently going just sideways, now over 14 days of just going sideways. Now this seems to be some sort of a bottom now forming on Terra Luna Classic. Now if you've seen my previous Terra Luna Classic video guys, I've been looking at this price here to get into some longs here on Terra Luna Classic, as I already hold some from the lows. Now for me here, it's mostly interesting to get back in here around that 97, and the reason is simple. That is a point of control, and basically that yellow line shows where most of the volume is happening and most of the buys and sales happens, and usually this provides some sort of a support and resistance. Now this is presented or represented by this red line, and we can see here guys, we've seen some sort of the same move happening in the past here on Terra Luna Classic, where we've seen an initial impulse up and a correction. We can see it here clearly now. This correction here, we've seen it just going sideways and then finally going for that last leg up. This usually plays in some sort of an ABC move, and in my opinion guys, I do expect something like that to play out. Now it's just that I've been waiting for this level to get tapped, as I've been saying now, that 0.97 level to be playing out, but it seems like it wants to break out right now. That's why I'm saying this is a critical level right now on Terra Luna Classic, as it is just grinding towards it right now. 14 days now so far, it's just been going sideways and mostly up now recently. Locally on the lower time frames, we've seen some sort of an uptrend kind of squeezing the price here, leading to maybe a breakout that could possibly happen here on Terra Luna Classic in the following days. Now recently we've seen as well the Bitcoin dominance dropping. Now since that Bitcoin ETF, now we've seen Bitcoin showing some weakness. Now usually this is a perfect environment for altcoins to play catch up and start to pump as well, and usually this is, in my opinion, this seems to be the last exit pump on some altcoins that's gonna happen before we see possibly some major drops overall in the crypto space. Now nonetheless, the scope of this video guys is just on the short term, and what I do expect on the short term, a breakout from this downtrend. Now this means that we could see this playing out, this ABC, and then we send it higher, that last squeeze up, that exit pump, before we see Bitcoin dominance gaining back again and starting its move up again, with Bitcoin possibly going down. And overall we're gonna have some sort of a bearish few months coming ahead with the recent Bitcoin ETF news and all that. That's what I think. Now if Bitcoin decides to just rally from here and the Bitcoin dominance doesn't really move much, then for the long term we're gonna see maybe this could be a sustained rally on Terra Luna Classic. But so far I do think this gonna be that kind of last squeeze up before we see a major drop overall in the market, in the crypto space. So this possibly could look something like this. We could even kind of target the previous highs on Terra Luna Classic, and this would be here guys. So this would be around that 59 before we see a major correction. Now the thing is where this correction could take the price. Now it depends of how deep Bitcoin gonna go. If Bitcoin drops to that 35k, and by then Terra Luna Classic is here, or let's say here, now this would possibly mean Terra Luna Classic could drop by around 50%, and then we could be somewhere around here, back around these prices here, around that 20. Now it depends, as I said, how far will Terra Luna Classic or will this pump go. Now from there we're gonna of course monitor the situation, and then I'm gonna update you of where can we see that major dip before the real bull market, before Terra Luna Classic take off actually for real, and then we don't see anymore these low prices here. But for the short term, I do expect now still somewhere here, guys, and then a pullback, major pullback, and then we send it higher for the bull market. Now what could actually trigger now on the short term here, what could trigger Terra Luna Classic to break out from here? Now we all know, guys, now each month, at the end of each month, Binance burns some Terra Luna Classic tokens, and that is due to that Binance wants to reduce the total supply on Terra Luna Classic. As we all know now, Terra Luna Classic has seen a major problem with minting or over minting, and the total supply went skyrocketing through the roof. And the major problem here with Terra Luna Classic to bring it to its former self is to burn as much as possible. So Binance is the biggest contributor in burning Terra Luna Classic tokens, and this usually happens at the end of each month. So now we're at the mid of through January now, so it's possible that we see this kind of igniting that breakout, which gonna bring in more FOMO and more people looking at the breakout and kind of fuels that pump. Now the first target, as I said, now we could still just see a small pump towards previous highs here, or we could really see a sustained one towards that 59 before we see a major correction in the market. So that's when it comes to Terra Luna Classic here. So far we want to keep an eye on this short term here. Now I'm short term bullish here on Terra Luna Classic. I think it's gonna break out, and we could see some major runs here as a last squeeze up. Now if you have any more questions, guys, don't forget you can join my Discord, link in the description. You can ask me any questions there. I do share my trades there daily. I do share my opinions as well, and as usual, guys, nothing is financial advice. And if you are interested into the top 5 meme coins that I think are the best picks for the bull market, watch this video here. And thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.